Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I am LJ Thomas, and this is the Purely Positive Show. I want to welcome today's guest. Her name is Pierre McCleary. Yes, that's a tongue twister for me. But anyway, she is a model and alopecia advocate. Please help me welcome her to the show. How are you doing today, Pierre?
I am great. How are you?
I am great as well. I am so happy to have you here. You have no idea how much I've been looking forward to this interview. I am so happy to have you here. Okay, so let's get right into it. Number one, you're a model. I
Yeah.
see why on your face, but how did you get into modeling?
I use modeling as a platform to help two of my daughters who I was going through a rough patch in their school year and just wanted to build confidence with inside them. Putting them on the runway is something that they did not like doing, but they did it for me. And later said, well, Mom, one said, I don't like makeup. The other one said, I don't like heels. But Mama, you like doing it, so you keep doing it. So I did.
So you keep doing it.
Yeah.
So can I
So
ask?
we kind of did it together. You do it, I'll do it type thing. Yes.
Got you. So can you give me a ballpark of how long you've been modeling?
Probably, I'll safely say over 20 years.
Well, look at you.
Probably over a little over 20. I'll say about 25 years.
Okay. Now I have to tell you, I don't care nothing about people knowing my age, 56.
I don't either. I don't either.
But I have to say, when I was in high school back in my younger years, I wanted to be a model so bad. And then I found out that there aren't many models that are my height, which is below 5'4". So I was like, well, that's discouraging, but I decided I'll do something else with my life and I'll leave modeling alone because I probably shouldn't say this, but I really don't like being in front of cameras.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't mind doing something like that to help other people. So that's why I can do this because it helps other people. I I love your beautiful face and I love your whole appearance. I know that you're an alopecia advocate. Tell me how that came about.
Well, I I have eczema, which is a skin condition. It's an autoimmune skin condition, and I've had it pretty much all my life. And just being up under doctors, I found out that it's kind of like a family of immune disorders, and eczema, allergy, and asthma run together.
They do.
So I had all three of them. Not so much as asthma, but my eczema come and goes, and it is triggered through stress or certain kind of trauma or things that I may eat may cause a reaction. And so my hair will come out, and I thought it was because I've had eczema. Going to dermatologists for many, many years, and finding out that I have atopic dermatitis, which is a real severe case of eczema.
Right.
Never found out that I had alopecia from a dermatologist. So fast forward, I was in a car accident and I went to a chiropractor who referred me to another chiropractor just because, just telling him my history, my medical history. He suggested that I go to this dermatologist that was out here in North County somewhere. And he did this thing where I had to take some hair follicles, and he sent it off to a lab in Phoenix, Arizona. And they broke my hair follicles down into liquid.
Oh.
And it took about 6 weeks in order to do that. And they tested it on all different type of levels. I don't quite remember, but we also did an eye examination where I had to look deep into this thing. I couldn't blink. My eyes watered. And at the end, he told me all these different things I had going on with my body.
Oh.
And it's called iology or something like that. And you can, a lot of different chiropractor does it where, as I said, they make you, it's almost like an eye exam where you look into this thing and it take pictures of your cranium and your eyes and all those type of things. And he told me that I had alopecia.
Oh.
And from there, kind of started from there. I asked what it was and went back to a dermatologist. They wanted to do these steroid injections in the area where the patches were forming, where they inject steroids that awaken your hair follicles back up to produce hair. And I tried it, and then after a while, I didn't want them to keep injecting me in my scalp. So my question on my next visit is how does this affect me long term? Is it, is it something that is severe? Is it life threatening? And he said no. And my response was, well, I don't want to keep getting these injections. So what's the worst that's going to happen? Well, you may lose all your hair. You may not. So from there, my hair started to grow in, and it had got to the point where it was to my shoulders. And it just would come out like in dime spots. And that's when he told me I had alopecia, which is an autoimmune deficiency disease. I do not consider it a disease because there is no life-threatening. When you think of disease, you think life-threatening. And I think it's the word that creates anxiety in people that makes them get anxious. They think the worst, oh, my life coming to an end, this, and this, and it's not that. I look at the word disease and I break it down for what it is. It's a dis-ease. Your body can heal itself from anything. If you put the right things in, it pushes the wrong things out.
Right.
And so I choose not to have hair. As I said, if I strengthen my immune system in the area that it is lacking, my hair will grow. I just shaved it a couple of days ago. It grows in white. Some patches, it'll grow in dark brown, which is my original hair color, but I don't want hair. I don't never, ever want hair.
I am so in awe of you and what you just said. Let me tell you why. Number one, you talked about a family of autoimmune diseases. I am very familiar with those because I have all of those. So I know that. Viewers may not, but I do. I also know that there are different kinds of alopecia, but I am awed by the fact that they gave you a diagnosis from an eye exam. I know that.
Yeah, I cannot think of the correct name, but through that eye exam, it tells you the biological, what's the word? Not mechanism, I cannot think of the word, but it tells you everything in your body. That goes on, whether you got diabetes, it tells you everything in your body. Medical doctors won't do it.
Well, that's disrespectful.
They won't do it. They won't do it. They don't do it. You know, and I found out like they don't even look in your eyes anymore. If you think about it, when you went to get a physical, they look deeply into your eyes,
When
right?
you were little,
They
yep,
can
sure enough.
tell they don't do it no more.
Wow.
They don't do it anymore. Like I went to get an eye exam, and the eye doctor asked me, did I have high blood pressure, do diabetes run in my family? And he said he can tell because of the way the vessels in my eyes were forming.
Oh,
Yeah, but yeah.
that's
And I
interesting.
said, well, yeah. And he said, your metabolism you have a high metabolism. And I said, yeah. He said, that's why you don't gain weight, because your metabolism, this is what not the eye doctor, I'm sorry, this is what the chiropractor who diagnosed me with alopecia told me, that I have a high metabolism. And he said, you've been this size, it went into the weight and all of that. And I said, yes. And he said, your metabolism is like a car going down the highway at 80 miles an hour.
Oh,
At certain point in cycles in your body does certain things in different quarters,
wow.
right? And in the first 2 quarters, like now, my body is slowing down.
Okay.
And during the uh first and second quarters,
Like little
everything moves
lights.
fast. Right? Yeah, and he said that's because my metabolism is so fast that most people would have a heart attack if their heart beat it that fast. But
Wow.
because of my biomechanism, that's the word I'm looking for, that's my natural thing that my body does. And he said, you're not in danger, but someone else would be.
Ah. So see,
And so that
I might have to stop wishing for a metabolism.
my high metabolism, because each person's body is formed differently. You
Mhm.
know, what my body can produce, your body may not
Right.
produce. Yeah. So we all it's just different for everyone.
Well, see, that just goes back to something that I often speak about with one of my daughters, how our bodies are so unique for the individual person. You know,
Mm-hmm.
one person may be able to live with their blood sugar being in the 400s and 500s every day and they don't feel bad. But somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
their blood sugar goes up to 200 and they are in the hospital in intensive care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's, it really is individual. Every person, can deal with
Mm-hmm.
different things. And I just think it's amazing that here I am sitting here talking to a woman who is a model and an advocate for alopecia, and you have so much insight and knowledge concerning your body. Kudos to you for that, because most people have no clue. They,
No,
they don't know. They know, oh, the doctor said I have this. And that's all
but they won't research it for themselves.
right. That's all they
They
know. And I'm
won't.
like, how do you expect to live? Because you have to make changes when you have certain
Mm-hmm.
things or certain conditions. You have to make changes to your life in order
You
to
do.
live healthy and to be able to thrive. That's the way I look at it. And I guess,
You do.
you know,
I think because that they are doctors, that we don't really go into we don't we don't some of us do. Most people don't. They just go along with, well, the doctor said I had,
right.
and the doctor said I had,
Right.
and you just take it for that. Well, I gotta take this medicine. Well, why you gotta take that medicine? Well, the doctor said this medicine treat that medicine. I mean, this medicine treat this disease and this and this and this and that. But you're taking
Right.
this medicine, right?
Right. Right.
And you have you didn't have these side effects until you start taking this medicine, right?
Right. Think.
So you go to the doctor, and the doctor asks you how you doing, and you say, well, doctor, when you put me on this medicine, then I start feeling this way. He don't take you off of that medicine. He just give you more medicine.
Exactly. And it's a
And
vicious,
so
vicious cycle.
now you're treating side effects. You don't even know what the root of the thing is.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's more like finding out for yourself. I didn't know these things until um I started having these issues with my hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I first started losing my hair, um, I thought I had cancer, some form of cancer. And I'm like, well, can you have cancer and not be diagnosed with cancer? Or can you have cancer and find out later after you start going through these symptoms? So all of these things was going through my mind because I didn't know.
Right.
And at the time, my mother was alive, and I was like, Mama, look, my hair, da-da-da-da. And she would just say, well, girl, just, whatever her response would be, because she didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started going to the dermatologist, I noticed that my hair would start growing back in.
Wow.
But I wasn't paying attention to the things that I was going through with these cycles in my life.
Stress and so forth and so on.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. I've lived my whole life has been a stress-induced life. If you talk to anybody, I believe half of us has lived a stress-induced life.
You are so right. So right. So
We
right.
have, right? We've all lived in an anxiety-filled mind. Our mind is full of 1,000 anxieties. In 1 second, you done went through from this extreme to this extreme.
Right.
And so, with that comes depression. A
Mm-hmm.
person that has alopecia clinically, according to statistic, um, deal with stress, deal with anxiety, deal with depression, deal with suicidal thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful to my father that he's protected my mind from suicidal thoughts. I've dealt with anxiety, depression, uh, but never, ever gotten to a place in my mind where I wanted to take my own life.
I'm
Never.
grateful. I'm
I'm
glad.
very grateful. But stress and anxiety um, and depression
Mm-hmm.
is real in my
It is.
life. I found out that during the summer months, I'm fine. When fall comes, then all of these thoughts, because my metabolism is slowing down.
Because there's a real connection between the weather and all of that. It's all
And
interconnected.
people, we are from the earth.
We are.
So when we realize when the world changes in astrology changes, it happens for us
Yeah.
because we are connected.
We're
We
connected.
are one. So it happens for me that at that time, like even just recently, um, these thoughts was trying to enter back into my mind. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, ha ha, I
Not
figured
today.
you out. I figured you out. See, if I do not open the door, it cannot get in.
That's right. That's right.
I cannot allow those things to enter. It's just like Satan. You give him a little crack, he coming in.
Yeah, he sure will. He will nudge, push, 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 nudge until
He's,
he has big enough space to get in.
and it's just the cycles of life that where we allow him to come in.
Mm-hmm.
So with dealing with alopecia, I've learned so much about my body. I've learned that it it is a place where most people do not accept it, where most people hide, where I can stand in a room with 1,000 women that have hair,
Right.
right? And
Right.
I've been in those rooms, and it appears that I'm the odd person. I'm different, you
You
know,
are.
but I'm not.
You are different.
I'm not in so many. I'm different because I don't have hair. That's what makes me different. But I'm a woman, right?
Right.
I am a woman that understands that if if I am a woman that has been blessed to understand that you cannot keep allowing society to make you up to be who.
They want you to be.
Exactly.
And
So,
that's what makes you
so
different.
when I stand in a, that's what makes me different because
Mhm.
if that be true, right?
Right.
If that be true, why is it so many women insecure? Now, I'm different because I'm standing in the room. I have no eyelashes.
Mhm.
I have no hair,
Mhm.
don't wear makeup, and I
Mhm.
don't have to have all the things that some think they have to have to
Mhm.
feel, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And I speak to women about this a lot. If you spend time with yourself, you'll find out that you don't need those things. If you just love on you for on all your imperfections, whatever life have thrown you. I just think if we just as women, human, I mean if we just learn to love on ourselves without what without other people expectations are,
Mhm.
I think that walking into a room where I'm different, there's no indifference. I just I just accepted my imperfections. I do. And being bald has helped me. Being bald has helped me embrace who I am, who uniquely I am, with or without hair. I think when when I lost my hair, it helped me to be more to be able to identify with who I am
Mhm.
because the hair never made me.
Right.
It never did anything for me. It never paid a bill. It
Right.
never got me a job.
Didn't have a
And
baby.
still, it ain't, it's just, and I think it goes back, and I'm not sure to the term your hair is your glory or your crown, or I don't
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
which is a lie. It's a lie.
The hair is not the whole you. It's not all of
It's
you.
me. If anything is, if it's anything in me that is the crown, it's my soul, it's my spirit. That's
Mhm.
my crown.
Mhm.
That's what makes me different
Right.
from anyone.
Right.
So if I accept that, then I know who I am.
Right.
I
And
don't have all the answers.
see, that's why I really, 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 really wanted to do this interview, because the first time that I talked to you, I was like, here is a woman who knows who she is. Mind you, I did not know that you wore your natural state. And when I say that, you're bald and
Mhm.
beautiful. And so many people are like, oh, well, a woman should have hair, a woman shouldn't be bald. Excuse you. If that's what she feels comfortable, then why shouldn't she be?
Do
Because
you know how many women, if we go back, even if we go back in the book of the Bible, how many women were bald?
first of all, they were in Jewish society, they covered their hair.
Mhm.
They covered their hair. So it
Mhm.
wasn't that the hair made the person. And my ideology on that is, we're not going to discuss that, but suffice it to say, I feel like a woman, you're beautiful whether or not you have hair. because
It
beauty
has
comes from
nothing to
within.
do with your hair. Yes, it
Nothing.
has nothing to
Nothing.
do
That's
with
that's that's
your
an
hair.
extra adornment. You're beautiful from the inside. It doesn't have anything
Yes.
to do with your outward appearance. And that's my personal belief, and that's how I live my life. I have people who say to me all the time, especially since I've gone natural, "Oh, your hair is so pretty." I'm like, "Thank you." And they're asking me questions about what I do with nothing because I'm lazy about my hair. And I was happiest when it was short, but because I love my husband and he has a close relationship with his grandmother, I let it grow long in honor of
Mhm.
that. But
Yes.
if something happened and it was to be short or not be there, I would be perfectly fine with that as well
Mhm.
because I don't feel like my hair makes me who I am.
It doesn't define you at all. It's
Right.
just
It's just hair.
hair.
It's just hair.
It's just hair. It's just hair. But I mean, having alopecia is one thing. Shaving your hair off is something different,
It
right?
is.
And you get some women that want to go through this where they want to shave their hair off. I don't have that option.
Right.
I can't say today, next week, I'm gonna let my hair grow out.
Hmm.
Okay. Uh, I have to accept that this week my eyelashes might grow in. Next week, they may not,
Right.
and it's just what it is. And I see these organizations or these groups on social media where some of the women are one woman was talking about how um she shaved her hair off, and I'm just like you. And I said, well, I beg to differ. I said, because you're not like me. I don't have that option. I don't have that luxury,
Hmm.
right? I said, this is not an easy walk for me. I may make it look easy because it's not me that's doing the work, it's God working in me. So He gives me what I need to get through every day. He
Every day.
keeps me from worrying about what somebody else is thinking. Daughter, I equipped you. You are qualified. You are a daughter of a king. Just do the work. Don't worry about what somebody thinking. Who cares? I'm working in you and through you. This is for my glory. So I just do the work. So I even during COVID, before COVID, oh, I had to shave my hair when it would get little peach fuzz. It would never grow in all the way. It would
Hmm.
just be like little fuzz, like peach fuzz, right?
Hmm.
Uh, wouldn't go outside unless my eyebrows was on makeup or whatever I went through.
Hmm.
But with COVID, be still. I need the whole world to be still.
Right.
So I was still enough to know and hear that you don't need any of that. You're spending money on wigs. I probably had over 300 wigs.
Oh my goodness.
Some that I've never worn, some that I just bought because I needed it, but there was insecurity.
Hmm.
That was living in a time where I was just trying to get validated. I wanted to be the it girl because I didn't accept who I was.
Living for someone else.
Living for someone else and the fear of what someone would think about me not having hair um, was more hurtful than anything.
Hmm. I
It
can
was
see
more hurtful than anything. Yeah, it was like I've always been laughed at. I always been talked about. I always been teased. I always been bullied. And I'm not, you know, making myself out to be a victim because I've always been victimized because I've been different. Eczema, over 90% of my body.
Mm-hmm.
Uncontrollable itching and scratching
Mm-hmm.
because of eczema, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my skin is scaly.
Right.
I've been called snake girl, itchy, scratchy, crocodile skin, whatever. You know, I've always, and I'm using the word always because I've always
Had to deal with it.
hid. I had to deal with it and I had to hide. Um, I always had to try to fit in, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because nobody would talk to me. Uh, if I wasn't scratching, then there was blood running down from me scratching,
Mm-hmm.
you know, skins and layers off of my skin, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And my mother felt so bad for me because she couldn't do anything.
Right. Been doing
So when I realized that, hey, it's just who it is. But I thank God for everything that I went through, the itching, the scratching, the crying, everything. Because I didn't know that I had to go through this to get to where I'm at today.
Look at you, a beautiful, strong woman. You are inspiring other people to be strong, encouraging the world. And I am, like I said, I am in awe of meeting you because I didn't know that I needed to meet you. If it wasn't for our mutual friend Cynthia, I would not have known anything about you. And she
Yeah,
just told me about you, and I was like, oh, tell her to call me, give her my information.
yeah,
I would love to talk to her about being on the show because people need to hear this. I
yeah.
People need to know that what you look like does not define who you are. Those are two separate things. And the average person, because we live in a society dominated by your physical appearance, they feel like you said, they feel they have to be validated based on their looks because that's who they are, when that is the absolute opposite truth of
Not,
the
that's
thing.
not who you are.
It's not.
You, it's not. It's. Ugh. I see so many women today, and I have to learn to shut up. You know, just because you can does not mean you should.
True.
Because everybody don't want to change.
That's right. They don't.
They don't. And some of them already made the change. That's why they're doing what they're doing now.
Right. And they're comfortable with it.
And they're comfortable with it. And it's no different than me being comfortable. Oh,
Right.
who says what I'm doing is the right thing to do? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's many, many people that totally disagree, think I'm a disgrace or whatever their thoughts are, but I'm so far past what somebody thinks
You're so far.
that it, I'm so far past what somebody thinks. I stopped doing things for people approval without even trying.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say today I'm gonna go outside. No, I didn't make this choice on my own. It's not something that I would have done.
Right.
It's not even of me still today.
Right.
It's not.
I
It's
remember
when you,
I remember you saying, I never thought that I would be doing this modeling for alopecia. You said it's not me. But look
it's
at
not.
what they're doing. Look at how you're bringing awareness to this issue, and how, more importantly than that, how you're helping people. I have a family member, she doesn't have alopecia, she doesn't have an autoimmune disease or anything, but she's bald and has been for the last 20 years, absolutely beautiful. And I
Mm-hmm.
love her confidence. I love the confidence of a woman to be able to wear no hair, because society makes such a big deal out of it that when I see someone who's just the opposite, I am just struck by the confidence that they possess. Because in my mind, it takes an extremely confident woman to be able to do it.
Mhm.
Men, no. Women, yes. Because people are
But
going to look at them and judge them.
here's the thing about men is that more men have alopecia. What do you think male pattern baldness is?
I
They've been
know.
had
I know.
it's male pattern baldness,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
Uh, but there are more men that have the hardest time accepting bald.
Really? I would not have guessed.
Yes, yes.
Would
I
not.
don't understand it, but there in my research of learning more about alopecia, the suicide rate of men versus women is higher than women.
Wow. Who knew? Wow.
What's the difference than a man just shaving his head and a man having alopecia? You'll never know.
Right. You wouldn't.
But it's a cosmetic appearance.
Right.
Whether you male or female, it's going to always be a cosmetic appearance. And I think because it's cosmetic, you have to face the public.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you male or female, still hard.
It is.
It's still very, very hard. Don't matter if you a man or a female. We still live in a cruel world that does not accept
That's the point right
a
there. That's the
it's
point.
the acceptance. Yeah,
That
they
is.
don't accept it.
Mhm.
I
I
walk through airports and I get people looking like, or I'm sitting somewhere and I can feel that you're staring at the back of my head
mm-hmm.
because I got hair growing in certain places, but I
Right.
don't in
Right.
other places.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be me. You know what I'm saying? I want to come and go
That's.
as I please.
I just want to be me.
I just want to be me. I just want to be me. And I'm going to do it.
You're going to do it. You are doing it. You are doing it.
Mhm.
So, how would people get in touch with you if they want you to come and speak or whatever? How could they get in touch with you for that?
I'm on all social media platforms up under Pierre McCleary.
Okay.
Um, I I did my show September the 3rd. I did an interview with Channel 4 News here in St. Louis
Mm-hmm.
with Melody Johnson. And we did an interview at the location where the fashion show is going to be at. And she texted me one day. I was at work, and I was sitting at the desk at work, and she said in her text, "Hey sis, your interview was picked up by CNN News."
Look.
And I just ran.
No, you did.
I was like, "Wait, what?" And I read it again. She said the interview that we did on Channel 4 was picked up on CNN News. I said, "Augustine McCleary daughter? Augustine McCleary granddaughter? What?" And so I Googled it. I went to CNN, typed in "heads off alopecia," pop right up.
See,
Pop
see,
right up. Tucson News, Channel 4 popped up. This news popped up, popped up, popped up, popped up. I'm very humble, and I receive it, and I thank you, God. And it's like that's just the chip, just a little chip.
Mhm.
You got so much more work to do.
Well,
I'm always ready.
we are
I'm
gonna.
always, whether wherever God sends me
Mhm.
to do the work, I
Mhm.
just want to do the work. Whomever I can sit in front of and talk, I just want to do it. Because as you said, if I save one person, I reached 1,000.
That's right. That is.
One person.
Mhm.
I say reach 1,000 because that one person gonna tell somebody,
That's
and
right.
that person he told or she told gonna tell somebody,
That's right.
right?
That's
And
right.
it reached more than just one person. If
Mhm.
I can help a young girl who's hiding in the bathroom because someone found out she has alopecia, I want to run to her to let her know, if you tell your story,
Help somebody
if
and
you
yourself.
tell your story,
Mhm.
you save yourself so much trauma.
Yes.
Because one thing my mother told me, you don't let nobody form a weapon against you.
Yes.
Bible said, no weapon formed
Well,
shall
prosper.
prosper. It never said they won't try.
Didn't.
But if you disarm yourself, because sometimes we are our own weapon,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So if you take the power from someone else, if someone knows something about you that you're afraid, that you're hiding, if you tell that story first,
Then you
they
have
can't
taken
do
that
anything.
power. That's right. You've taken that power away from them and given it to you. Have empowered yourself because you have put yourself in control. And I really wish more people would understand that. So thank you so much for saying it. Um,
Yeah. And that's what she said. You running home crying because they laughing at you because you got eczema. What can you do about it? You didn't ask for it,
right. Tell.
right? So instead of laughing, instead of them laughing at you and you're crying because they're laughing at you,
Mhm.
you take their power. You laugh with them when they laugh. If you start laughing when they laughing, what they gonna do? They gonna stop laughing because
Mhm.
they're trying to figure out what she laughing at.
Right.
Because now what they think is funny, it's no longer funny.
Exactly.
And I did that one day. I
Mm.
did that. I stood in the hallway and I was scratching and I started laughing with them. And I mean, I'm like scratching.
Mhm.
I don't know if you ever had, it's worse. Eczema is worse than having chicken pox.
Oh, I know.
It's worse
Firsthand.
than
I know.
having poison ivy. Yes.
I know.
It's that scratch that feels so good, but it itches so bad.
Exactly.
Scratch.
And look,
Right?
and you scratch through the blood and everything else and keep right on scratching.
And I did that. But I laughed at myself and I gained strength. So if you stand in front of what you're hiding from, because I had to take charge of me losing my hair. I had to take charge of me being bald. I had to stand in front of my baldness and say, you would not control my life. You would not hold me hostage. You would not stop me from being who I am supposed to be. You would not have any control over my life that stops me from living. Whether I'm bald, whether my hair is to my butt, I'm still a child of God.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. See, I needed to hear that today. I needed to hear that.
Mhm.
I just, I can only talk about me because I'm the only one who lives my life. But there are times and there are instances where I need those encouraging words. And thank you so much for that. I received that way you
Yeah, there is no other cloth like yours.
right.
There is no other fabric woven into perfection like yours. No matter what the imperfection, no matter what you are going through, no matter what is happening, he created you.
That's right. He did. Yeah.
So there is nothing that you can't do. There is nothing that will ever stop you from being who you are. As you are pouring into me, I'm pouring into you because you are creating a platform for people like myself.
Oh,
But it's these types of platform where you are doing the work and you don't even see it.
I'm just trying to help people.
That's all we're trying to do.
I'm just
That's
trying.
what we've been. That's it. That's it. If you don't want to help somebody, then you're doing the wrong things.
Yeah. I'm
If
just,
you're doing it for yourself, it's the wrong reason.
it's not about me. It's never about me. Hadn't been about me for a long, 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 long time. Like since I was a kid, like in the first grade. It's always about helping somebody else because I feel like that's my purpose in life is to help other people. It might be giving an encouraging word. Hey, how you doing today? It might be cooking a meal for somebody. It might be doing an interview. It might be doing a logo. Whatever it is, it's about helping other people because that's where I get my greatest joy.
We are helpers one to another.
Yes, we
Iron sharpens iron.
yeah,
Your testimony ain't even for you.
it's not. It's not.
It's not
For somebody else.
what I'm doing. It's not for you. It's like we have to go through all of this to pull somebody else out.
Yep.
Or at least get them to stick their head up out the little dark hole that they done fell in.
Right. Right. That's it. You know, I could talk to you all day. I just want you to know that I could talk to you all day. But for the sake of time, I gotta go off the interview. So I want to thank you for being here with us today on the Purely Positive Show. Of course, I hope that you will come back. Oh, wait, you got a fashion show.
Whatever you do.
When is the
I
fashion
just had it. It was September the 3rd.
Okay,
It was September the 3rd.
it was
Yes.
September
Yes.
3rd. So
September.
whenever you have something else, contact me, please. Let me know
I
so I can
will.
bring you back on the show and we can let people know about that.
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
definitely gonna come back. Definitely coming back. I want to thank the viewers for joining us today here on the Purely Positive Show. Please remember that being positive is a choice. Make it the very best choice that you can. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll be talking with you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.